Alright, time for some wiring. You don't see my fat gut. I spent days building these spreadsheets for each harness. You've got your instrument harness and a bulkhead harness. And I've pinned all these out, identified each signal, what they mate to. I took these out of the box. They just pop right out. They're pretty easy to get out. And this is the pin that would mate with this guy on the cross track. So the WRX had a different pin, a 20 pin connector that actually went in this box. And on this harness here on the WRX, it's in this box. The cross track has it mounted right here, and hopefully I'm just going to do something like this. Oof, they're just not going to reach. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Oh, if I can get this to here and this to here, maybe I can get it to work. Put the covers on. So anyway, I depinned this one because this one only had 2 pins in it over on that side. Why does that look like it's all smashed? Why does that look like that? I'm gonna have some issues. I might have to use this on the other side because this is pretty smashed up. I don't know if I can get the pins in here. Well, first let's see if I can get a pin in. So this is pin 1. And pin 1 on the WRX connector should be white. It's yellow on the crosscheck side. Oh, I got same written here. I'm gonna have to go back and look at this. Well, here we could look at it here. WRX. So this is I-95 right here. And the mate that would be in this box is R232. So I stands for instrument harness and R is rear harness. So this harness is going to the rear. So on the WRX side, pin 1 should be white. So that's going to be this guy right here. But it needs to go into XV connector pin 1. And it should be yellow. So if we look here, if we look at this, it goes in like this. So this flips over, goes in here. And sure enough, look at that. Pin 1 is yellow. Pin 1 is 2, or pin 2 is blue. And I got blue right there on the sheet. So pin 1 is white. And let's see if these lock in. See, we might run into an issue here. Oop. Voila. So I think I could probably just stick my pick in there and open that up. Alright, so pin 1 is white. Pin 2 is black. And make sure you don't mix up, like see like this one, black, but it's got a blue stripe, so don't mix them up. So pin 2 is black. You hear it click in and it lock in. So let's see here, how is this going to work? Oh, also on these connectors there's a lock on them. See this right here, that it's lifted up? You got to lift that lock up to be able to get the pins in and out. Alright, so pin 3 is gray shield. That's going to be this guy right here. Pin 4 is red. Pin 5 is the black blue. Okay. Uh-oh. I done fucked up. See, I was following this. This is how it is on the WRX side. This is the Crosstrek side. Now I gotta go get my pin and pull these out. So I should have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, and pin 5. Pin 5 should have been this one, the gray green. Let's see, a gray green. Oh, that's this one. No. Blue gray. No. I just screwed up, so I'll be right back. Alright, got my pick. Cause this guy should go in pin 7. So the way these work is inside here there's just a little tab you gotta pull down. And there comes the pin. See, just like that. So pin 5 should be gray green. We're gonna save that, see which one's left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pin 6. Now here's another thing I ran into. Pin 6 is right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 6 is not populated. So I'm running into an issue where, you know, whether my Crosstrek is a 4-door or a 5-door, and pin 6 is the signal, or no, pin 6 is the trunk light, the light that's in the rear hatch. Well, it's actually over there, but according to the drawings it should be in here, and it's not populated. So I'm gonna have to run a wire over here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run across and then go through along here, cross over here, and then get it into there. I'm sorry, not from here. From here, it's one of these wires. It is the light blue. It's this wire right here. This light blue wire I need to run over and then tap it into this connector on that side. I wonder if it'd be easier maybe just to run a wire right across the dash here and then run it in over there. That might be easier, but I'll get to that later. So the white red goes in pin 9. Let's see if I can open this up a little. Oh, don't push the lock down, darn it. I guess you could just pop it right out. Put my glasses on because I'm blind. Okay. So if you look at it from this way, pin 1 should be white. One, two, three, four, and pin 7 should be the black blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one that's all tweaked here. There we go. Just open it up a little. That should be this black blue wire. Had it right the first time. There it goes. There. Okay, it's pin 7. So pin 8 is the blue-orange. Okay, I'm running into an issue here. Yellow with a red stripe. Okay, that goes into pin 5. Blue-gray, blue-orange. I'm gonna have to check that. So 9 and 10. So 10 should be yellow-blue. God, how'd this connector get so mangled? And the white red should be pin 9. There it goes. Well, this has got to be, it's blue-gray. Let's go look at the drawings. What's that signal? Blue-orange. Right-hand front door switch. Okay, so there's that. Let's see here if I can get that on there. Get that to plug in. Oh, put the lock in. Of course. Can't put the lock in because the pins are in the way. Well, that might just work. So that was like a blue-gray. Alright, let me go look at the drawings. Here's the drawings. For the entry system, front door, right hand, rear door, right hand. So here's the pin 16, I-95, 230 or 382. That's the connector. And if we go to the cross-track drawing, and unfortunately they're not as pretty as the WRX drawing, but front door switch, right hand, should be blue-orange. And on this one here, front door switch, right hand, is blue-orange. And then it comes out out of that connector, so the connector that's on the car should be blue-white. And when I went out there and wrote all this stuff down, it's not on this sheet. It was blue-white. Oh, you know, they're not perfect. So what we could do is do a continuity test to find out. Let's do that. And it made it. Okay. So that blue orange, it's actually blue gray. That's pin 8, and it should be blue white here. So let's see here. And there it is, it's blue white. And I can tell you right now, that sucker's going to have continuity with this bad boy. Because I can see the wires blue-white. There it is. So if I stick it back in here, that's it. So the drawings aren't quite perfect. Stick that back in there. And then the next one should be the white red. And it's the rear sensor. I don't know if my meter's probes are long enough. Well, I can see it right there. It's a white red wire. White wire with a red stripe. So yep. Okay. We're good to go. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get this over there. So R167 on the left hand side, pin 17, and it's light green. So if we come over here, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's not it. I thought I checked the continuity on that. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Maybe it's 19. But I checked continuity on it. You can see my green wire right here. It's running into the plug that was for the light that goes in the trunk. Stick that right in there. That's it. So it's 19, not 17. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. So what I need to do is I know a lot of these are going to get moved, a lot of these pins. So if I can run that over, and I can always move it. I can move this pin to an empty spot over here, like, you know, any of these empty spots. And I got a feeling that a lot of these are going to get removed. Because if you look, see how there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wires in here? Well, on this harness, this would be the mate. There's only 2 wires in it. So a lot of this stuff is going to get moved, or a lot of this stuff. And actually what I think a lot of this is not used. I think that's what it was. These aren't used. So anyway, when I get ready to do the disconnector, I'll come back. Alright, I think I'm about ready to try connector B97. So B97 should be this guy, 20 pin. And just to verify, let me turn my light on here. So B97, first pin is white, and I couldn't find what this pin was. Couldn't find it at all. But I went over and looked on the WRX on its mating connector, and it's not even populated. So I'm not going to worry about it. So you got like green, black, then there's no 3, and then brown, yellow, and then 4. Yeah, it's the brown, yellow. 5 is a red, black. That's a pretty big wire. Let's see, what wire is that? Fuel pump. Okay, that's the fuel pump right there. So I think it's going to be easier to move these pins, because I don't see, there's no lock holding it. So so this one's the same. Okay, so green, black. On the XV connector, it's green, black also. So there it is. And then pin 4 is brown, yellow. That's the backup light switch. And that's also brown, yellow. I know that pin 5 is this fuel pump control. So 6 and 7 is this twisted pair right here, blue and pink. They need to get moved to 8 and 9, blue and green. These two right here, and look at, they're taped up. That's the ABS. So, and 8 and 9 is not populated over here. So let's just see here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Put my glasses on because I can't see a damn thing. So we'll start with the pink. And it looks like, I don't know if you can see it in there. Here's the pin, and then there's a little tab right there. I don't know if you can see that. Right there's a tab. You just pull down on it. That pin's going to come right out. Just like that. So pink is going to move to 9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the last one. And then this blue one You gotta be careful, you don't want to tear up the tab either. There we go. So that's going there. Okay. Pin 7, light green, red. Okay, so I'm going to guess that the WRX has an actual fuel pump controller. You can see that's what all these three here are, fuel pump control. 5, 6, and 7, yeah. When I had my Supra and my MR2 and my All-Track, they had a fuel pump resistor that at low speed, low RPM, it knocked the voltage down to the fuel pump to like 9 volts, and then when boost kicked in, it shot it up to 12 volts. Well, I'm going to assume that because WRXs are turboed, they have the same thing, but they're just using an actual controller. And got on the forums, and I saw a lot of people with older WRXs just go ahead and bypass it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to bypass it and see what happens. I don't know if the the computer's going to balk at me or what. If it does, then I'm going to have to run extra wires and integrate that controller. Okay, and then also, so let's see here on the pin 10, blue white, this light green and this other green. They are for the rear wiper motor. Well, they're not going to be populated. See, they're not populated. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're not populated. So I'm just going to leave them and continue on. So this is where it's going to get real tricky. So pin 13, green, red, green. Okay, that's so this 10, 11, 12, 13 is red, green, and that's the rear defrogger. And that matches up with pin 13 here being red, blue, red, blue. And pin 14 actually looks like it's blue, red, which is what it says, blue, red. That's for the seat heater. And it's blue, red, so that's the seat, so that's good. Okay, so these next 5 are going to be tricky. There's 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15. So the drawing's got them moved a little bit. So I could probably just pull all these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14. Red, blue. So 15. So on the WRX, so 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Yeah, green, black. So on the WRX, it's green, black, and then it turns to yellow, green. But on the XV, so WRX pin 15 actually needs to be pin 20, this one right here. So this one needs to go over here. So I'm just going to depin all of these. and then put them in the right spot. Hopefully you can see this. And then this one's going to go in right there. So it should be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bingo. Okay. So that one's going to go there. So green or yellow, green, and then blue, orange, which is this one. And then yellow, blue, which is this one. Brown, white. Then blue. And white, blue. Okay, this connector should be good to go. Let's we can do a check on it. So pin 20 is blue yellow. Yep, blue yellow, and it comes out white blue. Check. Pin 19 is light green. Check. Comes out blue. Check. Let's see, 20, 19, 18. Brown, white. There's brown with the white stripe. Can you guys see that? 1, 2, 3, and it's brown, white. Check. Looks like yellow, blue. Yellow, blue. It's yellow, blue. Check. This looks like a blue with a gray. It might be blue orange. It is. It's blue orange. And it comes out blue orange. And then this green one, green black, comes out yellow green. So it looks like they were all the same except these last two got flipped. And we know those are good. Let's check this side. Okay. Green black, brown yellow, brown yellow. Pin 5, red black, red black. Okay, pin 6 and 7. What is pin 6 and 7? Well, that's the fuel pump control. Okay, so we're going to skip those two. And then 8 and 9 is that twisted pair, blue and green. Blue and green. And it's going to be blue and pink. All right, this connector is good to go. So what we got left is this 24 pin connector. So I'll go up and get the drawing, and we will just do this same exercise. That's pretty good. Those are good. We're going to stick with that. Okay. I don't think I need to show you guys the rest, but I'm going to just do it over here, do it over there. Over there is going to need to be a little more creative. I still got to run this blue wire. I think I'm going to run it up and over because there's another one that I think I need to run over here down to go back, and it's in this. Actually, I think it's in this guy here. I need to tap into or add a pin. I think I need to add a pin into this one. So I'll be back. Alright, now let's do the 24 pin. So pin 1, brown yellow, backup light switch, and it's brown yellow. Pin 2, black white, pin 2, black white. Pin 3 is not occupied. Pin 4 is green. Come down here, it's black red. Fuel filter, assembly fuel level. Okay, so now we're going to get tricky here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is populated. Green, red. And I've got nothing there. Okay, so I got a note here. This is the one where I think I need to tap into the trunk button and run a wire over here and put it in here. I think I need to do that. That way when you hit the button, because the Crosstreks don't have a trunk button up here, if I'm not mistaken, but they have a button on the hatch. WRXs don't have a button to pop the trunk. There's a button on the key fob, and then there's the button in here. That's the only way to get into the trunk. So we got a note of that. Okay, so pin 6, gray green. Looks gray green to me. Looks still gray green. Okay, so that's good. Pin 7, red white. Red white, red white. Okay, says the same. Pin 7, red white. Red white. This is the rear door speakers, those two. Okay, pin 8, red with a blue stripe. Not populated. Okay. Red, blue, XV rear defogger switch. Okay. I'm going to have to check that, but the drawings say that the 5, if you had mechanical gauges, it's not there. So I'm gonna have to double check that one. So where's my pin? I'll make a note of that. So that's pin 8. XV rear defogger switch, not used with WRX. So I'm gonna put a little star right there. I'm gonna double check that. Boogers. Okay. Pin 9, a big blue wire, and that's blue. Pin 9, blue, power window, it's blue. And then pin 10, looks blue yellow, that's also blue yellow, and it is, check. Okay, 11, violet, violet. Usually this purple wire is for illumination. So you'll see it like here. Anything that lights up, any of the switches that light up are going to have this purple wire on it. It's all shared. Okay. Here's where it's going to get interesting. So that was pin 11, violet. Pin 12 is green yellow. Okay, so it's red blue, which is here, it says here red, blue, and then on the WRX it turns light green, yellow, and here it's light green, yellow, and that checks out. 12 and 13 should be light green, and it is. See that? 13 light green, and it should turn red green, and it does on the WRX harness as well. Red green. Okay, pin 14 this is black blue, and this one is black blue. And so this, I'm running into a lot of issues with the trunk, the hatchback versus the trunk, and the way the cars are set up. But these match black blue for the trunk lid actuator. So probably what happens is you push the button, which sends a signal to the BIU, the body unit, and then it's going to send a signal down this wire to move the actuator to unlock the trunk. That's what I think is the logic there. Okay, so 14. Now we're going to get tricky. Black, orange. Black, orange. Black, orange. Looks good. The next one is red, and it turns orange on the WRX. Pin 21 turns orange here. I think these are the wires for the rear camera. Okay, pin 22 is white, and it turns blue, white. Oh no, it turns brown. Well, it turns brown on the WRX, but on the Crosstrek it turns blue-green. And look at that, blue-green. I don't know if you guys can see that in the light. It's a blue wire with a green stripe. Okay, pin 21, or no, this is pin, yeah, 21, no, 23. And it's black. It turns yellow on the WRX, but on the Crosstrek it turns blue-orange. And there it is, blue with the orange stripe. And then this is the shielding that goes around those wires. And on the WRX it's kind of this shielded wire right here. So that matches. So I'm going to say this guy's good to go. I got to look up this pin 8. See what I find out about that. So this side's done. Let me go check the other side.